What's going on, everybody? Witticism TV here. I thought I would just make a little video kind of explaining where I've been and why I haven't made my usual type of videos. This video is not scripted. Normally, every single video I make is meticulously worded the way that I want, but I think this is just going to be sort of an off-the-cuff type video. So if you watched my last video that I uploaded, it was just an excerpt, it was just a clip of the Pete Quinona show where he had Dark Enlightenment on, and DE was saying that he's tired of arguing with these people. The left, there's nothing left to argue about anymore. And I think it's really true, and it kind of explains why I haven't been making the videos that I normally make. When I started this channel, I really was so angry about COVID. COVID just activated me. That was my MK Ultra activation event. Okay? I was so pissed off about it. And I was just ranting all the time. And I thought, I need to get these rants into video form out to the public. And I was just a normie, but COVID and BLM and the 2020 election, that stuff just radicalized me quick. So by the time I was making videos, I was already a little more radical than I probably was in 2019. And in preparation to start my channel, I was doing a lot of research, and I was watching a whole bunch of dissident right people like AA, and I was getting so much more knowledgeable, and I was realizing the magnitude of everything that was happening and the history of everything and the who's of everything, who's behind this and who's doing that. And I was learning, I was educating myself, which I had put off for years, And so I was getting very black-pilled. And a lot of the videos I was making was me relaying all this information that I was learning and my anger, and I was still in that ranty mode. A long time ago, I really liked Mark Levin. And Mark Levin has that same style where he's very mad and angry, and I like that. And I still love to rant. But, in 2023 and 2024, there's been a vibe shift. People are switching away from the way that it was. I think even the left has realized that their messaging is just insane, and they're crazy, and they need to dial it back a bit. And I think our side, like the people on who got activated like me during COVID, well, we haven't gone back to sleep. We didn't plug back into the matrix. Like, we are totally awake, and we have been educating ourselves for 4 years about everything from people who, to their credit, saw all this way before I saw it. I mean, I'm not taking credit for anything. I'm just saying that as a whole, the right is leveling up like crazy. And the message of our side is just penetrating everything in the mainstream. And people like Ben Shapiro have just been completely exposed as a fraud. And even people like Candace Owens, you're just like, oh my God, she got it at the start, and then now she's just screwing everything up. So, I mean, it's not always perfect, but there's definitely been a vibe shift. And the more that you learn about stuff, and the more you learn about our enemies, and the more things that you see happen, you just realize that, video essays died because people started live streaming. And YouTube just kills video essays, okay? You don't have to tell me about that. I know that. They don't want them on their platform, I think, especially from the right. I mean, if you make a video essay, you are doomed to low views. And I get that. I mean, I just like making the videos because they're short, condensed, easy ways to become knowledgeable on a subject. And I really like that. And I dislike 4-hour live streams. It just annoys me. COVID was the great sorting. And everybody who got it, got it. And everybody who didn't get it just ain't gonna get it. And there's no video essay that I can make, or a clip from Tucker Carlson that's going to change their minds. Because, this election shows more than ever the state of our political sphere right now. The state of the political, which is that both sides hate each other. They don't agree on anything. We can't agree on just what is reality. No one can agree on that. And they want us dead. Well, I can't show you a clip from Tucker that's going to change your mind out of wanting me dead. I just can't. And the video essays are becoming more and more kind of irrelevant because, well, I also had this thought, right? Like, you don't need political commentators anymore. There's this idea, like, okay, we need a James Lindsay to come out there and explain, why Kamala's Marxist incantations of what has been. And no, you don't need any political commentators. You don't need Ben Shapiro to tell you the secret message of the left. They're open about it. They just tell you about it. They tried to shoot Trump in the face on live TV in 4K. They wanted you to see his brain explode, okay? That's what they think. There's no subtext. That is the message. Everything they say is exactly what they mean. They lost all their ability for nuance. They went crazy and just started saying the quiet part out loud all the time. Well, you don't need a video essay exploring the deeper truths, or maybe you don't even need, I think we're so good now, you don't even need a video essay telling you that's wrong. You don't need me to tell you that's wrong. And so as everything just becomes more blatant and obvious, really, what I mean by like the 2023, vibe shift and the 2024 vibe shift is that everything is just obvious. There's no more subtleties. Everyone's kind of getting it. They do something and it's insane. They do something and they're in power. And it's all one big dare. Yeah, we hired Sam Britton, a fag who steals women's clothing and is a pervert. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, we hired Karine Jean-Pierre, who's retarded and black and gay. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, we said Joe was totally fine and he's going to stay in, but we're just going to boot him out with a text or a tweet. What are you going to do about it? And the answer is nothing. We can't do anything about it. So much of this stuff is just, it's like a humiliation ritual. It's just a dare. It's just a bluff. Like, what are you going to do? What, are you going to vote Republican? You're going to vote for Lindsey Graham? He's going to kick him out of office? Yeah, good luck with that. My priorities have kind of shifted. It's gotten away from video essays. And, not an important part of all of this is that I went to the Old Glory Club event in Tennessee this year. And the focus is on starting chapters. And so I have been focused on starting chapters. I worked on starting the Kansas City chapter. I'm working on getting the Kansas OGC chapter up and running. I'm going to be the vice president of that. And, these are things that I'm proud of. Way more proud of than I made a video. These are meaningful things. Like, things are going to start to get really bad. And, if Trump gets elected, great. If he has the PayPal mafia behind him and they're colluding on stuff, I don't know if that's, I have my doubts about all that. But, okay, great. If that works, great. But probably not. It's probably not going to happen. I made a video about why I had never voted, and I think all that stuff still applies. I mean, I'm probably going to vote for Trump, and I hope it all works out. But there are things that Trump can't fix that we need to be insulating ourselves from immediately. When it all comes crashing down, which I think it is, there's just no way that it can't. Like, we're seeing a civilization in decline, okay? If no mass deportations happens, if no mass deportations happen, if those people, if Kamala wins, well, okay, what are we talking about? Amnesty? All right, well, then it's over. It's just completely over. We're just disenfranchised cattle waiting to be slaughtered. And the time to prepare yourself for an event like that is not after the election, right? You kind of have to start insulating yourselves. Well, white people have to start gathering together and talking and forming and organizing like minorities do, because we are going to be a minority. I mean, we basically are. Things are going to get bad. Things are going to get real bad. And you need people that you can rely on. Friends who you know that you can rely on. My video essays are not going to matter when the stock market collapses and there's bread lines, right? And we can't find food anywhere. My video essays aren't going to matter when the grocery stores shut down. My video essays aren't going to matter when there's rolling blackouts because, La Fonda is running the electrical grid because they don't hire white men anymore. And shit, we don't got no electricity now, right? Like, my video essay isn't going to mean anything, but my real life efforts are. My real life efforts to organize and collude with like-minded people, well, that is going to matter. How much ammo I hoard is going to matter. I think. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm paranoid. But, Charles Manson said total paranoia is total awareness. And yeah, I'm paranoid about a lot of stuff. I don't think America's gonna make it for very long. There's people that are out there really trying to plan for the future, and I just laugh and I go, I don't know if there's gonna be anything. The left is insane. They can't. In some ways, I can see how they maybe are trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube, but how? I don't think they can do it. I just don't think they can do it. I think there's too many true believers on the left. People come. People, just normal people, the way that you're raised and the way that if you're just existing, you're left. These are the waters in which everyone swims. These are the presumptions that everybody has, and everybody's on the left. And they all believe the leftist mantras, okay? This is just the reality. Conservatives don't want to acknowledge that abortion is an actual winning issue for the left. Because the left... Okay, Breitbart, politics is downstream from culture. Is it? I don't know. Pro-choice seems to have been an entire culture that was created from abortion being legal for so long. And the fact that you take it away, well, now those people, are they just all disappearing? No, they're radical. They're more radical than ever. This has radicalized them. If you look at the places that tried to have referendums on abortions, they got blown out. Like here in Kansas, the conservatives got blown out because women love abortions. They love them. And they're not going to want to give them up. This is just how people are. Your standard person is on the left. I don't even remember why I brought up why people are on the left. But, things are going to get bad. Things are just headed for... some bad times, and video essays kind of got demoted in priority. So hopefully that explains it. I appreciate all of you. I do have some videos lined up. I'm working on making a real nice one, and I wanted to do a book, like a reading of a book. I wanted to go through and show you a book that I got. And maybe I'll do that. I have a nice camera. I was taking pictures of it. It's like a coffee table book. But even that is a lot of work. It's borderline pornographic. Well, it is pornographic. I'd have to blur it out. It's called Voluptuous Panic by Mel Gordon. And I wanted to go through that book because I thought it was interesting. And I think you guys would get a lot of value out of it. But, I got to clean my camera sensor and I got to... there's a whole bunch of logistical stuff that I have to do. So maybe that'll be later this year. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully, this is just a off-the-cuff video. So I apologize for any ramblings or, like Paul Harrell would say, William Shatner-esque type pauses. I'm just not very good talking off the cuff. I really need that script. That's why I don't do live streams, because I'm just retarded. Unless I am just reading what I wrote ahead of time. But, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.